Hey, this is the Review Junkie, and today I'll be reviewing the new horror suspense movie It Lives Inside. As always, my review will be illustrated and the artwork is done by myself. And if you like movies, art, and comic books, please hit that subscribe button because all my reviews are hand drawn and I'd like to get to 1,000 subscribers soon so my channel can be official. This movie stars Megan Suri, Neeru Bajwa, Mahana Krishnan, Vic Sahay, Gage Marsh, and Betty Gabriel. It is co-written and directed by Bishal Dutta. This is a non-spoiler review, so everything I discuss will have been shown in the trailer. Absolutely no spoilers. I'll tell you briefly about the plot, the characters, my pros and cons, final thoughts, and if this is worth checking out at your local movie theater. The story pertains to a demonic entity that is currently housed in a glass jar. Tamara, played by Moana, is guarding it for safekeeping purposes, but her days aren't full of Skittles and sunshine anymore since she started babysitting the darn thing. She has no idea who to go to, and one day she confides in her classmate Samita, played by Megan Suri. I don't want to spoil anything, but the entity is able to escape because it has to, so we have a conflict and a movie. So Samita, who everyone calls Sam, starts experiencing strange things. Nobody can see the demon but the two girls. So she starts experiencing hallucinations, hearing strange things, and having horrible nightmares and so on. This starts her on a journey to find out what's going on to see if she can solve the mystery and save everyone in the process. This trailer hooked me. I was like, yeah, this looks so good. Plus, it included tons of quotes from critics praising it as the best thing since sliced bread. But man, this movie is so bad with a capital B. There are two big problems here: the rating and the directing. For a horror suspense film, it provides zero horror and suspense. I sat through the whole thing with this look on my face, I kid you not. I was eye-rolling and lip-curling in complete disbelief. There's no spooky atmosphere whatsoever. If you're looking for those tense, white-knuckling, edge-of-your-seat anxiety-inducing moments, then look elsewhere because it isn't here. I saw this in a packed house because it was the mystery movie of the day. The audience weren't horror fans, and they didn't even scream, squeal, or gay gasp once in 90 minutes. So you know it's bad if that's happening to non-horror fans. Okay. You know coming into this that you're going to get two things. You're either going to get jump scares or it's going to be clever and subvert expectations. It does neither. Instead, everything your hunch has predicted actually comes true. It got so bad that at one point I was able to predict the next scene. No puzzle solving here, no mystery, no thrills, nada. If you truly have no tricks left in the bag, then just give a good jump scare. The next thing is the rating. I walked out and realized it was PG-13, and this whole time I thought it was R-rated. And I think an R rating could have helped. We've seen PG-13 horror done right, for example, The Ring. So while we're on The Ring, this also has a lot of recycled horror tropes that we've seen countless times before, but it's unable to keep it fresh, inventive, and entertaining. There are certain things said as the reveals get uncovered, and I'm sitting there like, didn't someone else say the exact same thing in another horror movie? We've seen people hallucinate, have a small window to find out what's going on, and solve the mystery within a certain amount of days, right? So my last con is the way the film was edited. I don't want to say this, but you can tell the director is somewhat inexperienced. There is a shot in the trailer of Tamara screaming, and when you look at that shot, you can clearly tell the director literally yelled action half a second prior. You can see her preparing to react and scream as if she was instructed to on cue, and not because a demon was actually attacking her. And it impacted the scare, just sloppy editing. So I did like the demon, and I like that it was practical effects versus CGI, but we only get to see it in all its glory in like the last 5 minutes of the film. I did wish we got more of it, but it was sparingly used and I was okay with that. So the only pros I have is the diverse cast. I liked that it was from a different cultural perspective because it can't always be about Becky, the white woman who is experiencing strange things. These things gotta happen to other people, right? So I like those flourishes and some of the traditions and customs added in here, including assimilation, which one would never expect be a theme in a horror film. But a lot of that is glossed over and seems like an afterthought. The performances by the entire cast were good with what they had to work with, but the two leads really struggled in my opinion. I did not find them as convincing as they should have been. They held on to their vanity when acting, and sometimes you just have to let go and be ugly and perform. You can't stay pretty the whole time. It reminded me of the main character from the show Never Have I Ever on Netflix. Zero screen presence. Lastly, the most interesting character is the school teacher, Joyce, played by Betty Gabriel. I thought she was so interesting, and I thought maybe there might slightly be some twist in there somewhere with her character. Maybe. Let me just say she gets a bit more screen time in the second to third acts. So this brings me to my final thoughts, and this gets a 3 out of 10 from me. This really is below average and is down in the dumps with Megan, Insidious the Red Door, and The Nun 2. And feel free to check out my reviews on those films on my channel as well. Boy, 2023 has not been kind to horror. I feel like I got tricked so many times this year. Movies are subjective, so I would suggest you check this out to make up your own opinion on whether it's bad or not. I personally would never watch this again and found it extremely forgettable. So thank you again for checking out my review. If you like, please subscribe, helps the channel out a lot. Hit that thumbs up button, feel free to share this with your friends. And if you happen to have a movie you'd like me to review, please let me know. I'd be happy to watch and illustrate it for a future video. Thanks again, and I hope the pictures put a smile on your face.